Hello everyone. It's been a while. I actually feel quite nervous right now. I don't know why. But yeah, it has been a little bit since I have uploaded a video for various reasons. I mean, don't have to go into them. Like, everything's fine. I'm well, everything's okay. I just sort of unintentionally took a break from everything. But I thought I would come back on today and do this video because it is a milestone for me. Because today, 2 years ago, I went into hospital with my first and only to date relapse or attack of MS. This is a really spontaneous video, as all of my videos seem to be. But yes, 2 years ago today, short story, went to the doctor because I couldn't really move my left arm and left leg anymore. The doctor kind of looked at me and said, you need to go to hospital right now. And I hobbled into hospital and then did not hobble out again until 6 weeks later, by which time my body had been through complete paralysis in my left hand, arm, all the way up to my shoulder. It was locked. And my left leg, kind of knee down, that was paralysed too. So it was really traumatic. I've made a whole video about it, so you can watch that. I will link it somewhere down below. And yeah, I had been in hospital for 6 weeks, pumped full of drugs, loads of tests, told it was clinically isolated syndrome because I don't think they really wanted to break it to me as a fragile, newly turned 22-year-old that I have this lifelong horrific condition. Came out of hospital 6 weeks later. The day after that, then got diagnosed with aggressive onset MS. Told that I would be looking at 2 to 3 big attacks like the attack that I had just had within the first year. And what I am so happy to say is here I am, 2 years later, no relapses, no attacks. It's pretty amazing. I think it's really important to not celebrate, but acknowledge your year kind of milestones. Like, I've made it another year with having no problems with MS. I'm actually at a stage in my MS where I have no symptoms, and I used to really suffer with fatigue. MS fatigue is a big symptom, a big sensation that I had never experienced before in my life until I was recovering from my first relapse. It is a symptom that I can only describe as like having a thick, like wet towel over you or heavy cloak just weighing you down. It can come on suddenly, it can come on for no reason whatsoever. It's not linked to any sort of activity or exertion or anything like that. It just happens. So that's a symptom that I personally found really frustrating, and as it is such a common symptom, I know that so many people suffer with it. But I cannot remember the last time I suffered with fatigue. I cannot remember the last time I had pins and needles in my hands, in my arms, shooting pains down my legs. That was some symptoms that were sort of left over following my first relapse. So yeah, I am in a really good position now, 2 years down the line. And I'm literally over the moon. Like, I'm overwhelmed with happiness sometimes when I think about it. Because I do always think about that me that went into hospital 2 years ago today. I know exactly how she was feeling. I know what she's got coming up. And I am so happy that I'm at a position now that 2 years ago, if I had known I would have been here, I would have been over the moon. Because when you're going through MS, it is terrifying, an attack, a relapse, just the whole disease in general, because you don't know what's going to happen to you day to day. You don't know how you're going to recover after this relapse. Is it going to be a full recovery? Are you going to have lingering symptoms? Are you not going to be able to be as mobile as you were before? It is terrifying. You don't know what the future is like. And I'm so happy that I am here right now doing everything that I'm doing, and yeah, just really happy that I'm the person that I am today, because I think that if I had seen into the future 2 years ago today, it would have given me so much hope. So yeah. A reason why I haven't been posting recently is because I've been really confused and lost as to my place on this YouTube channel that I created on my Instagram, Izzy_MS. Just because when I first started, I was really fresh out of my relapse recovery. I think I started in March and I came out of hospital September. So I was really fresh into my recovery. Like when I came out of hospital, I was walking with a stick. I was walking with my head down because it felt like when I was walking, the ground was shaking underneath me. I felt every kind of change in the road. So I definitely was not, I don't know, wasn't definitely not walking normally when I came out of hospital. So when I started my YouTube channel, I had a lot to say about MS. And I think that a lot of people kind of connected with me about the stuff that they were going through. And yeah, it was very fresh on my mind. I was experiencing weird symptoms every day. I was going through depression, anxiety. I was really unhappy. I was terrified about my future. So I was going through a lot of stuff, and to be able to connect with people about it was such a help, and I felt like it was kind of therapy in a way for me. So I have in my head lost my place here because my life is not dominated by MS at the moment. I've kind of got to the stage in my disease where I completely accept it. I accept I have MS. I accept that, you know, this road is not going to be as easy, but I'm like completely like at peace with everything. And so I feel like when I talk about it, sometimes it's forced, and I really don't want it to be forced. Like I want everything that I say to just be free-flowing and not scripted or anything like that. All of my videos, I've literally decided half an hour before that I'm gonna make. Don't have any plan about what I'm gonna say. Might have a topic that I want to talk about, but everything is just, I'm just freestyling right now. But also I've realised that my place is still here. It hasn't changed. I just need to keep talking about stuff that I'm going through, stuff that I have achieved, because it does still help people, and the messages that I get from people every day is really overwhelming, and just from people saying just keep on posting because it, you know, might, I don't know, give them hope or something. And these kind of videos are exactly the videos that I actually wanted to make when I first started this YouTube. I literally just wanted to create videos so someone who maybe was a younger person or someone who's just recently been diagnosed with MS can see that life goes on and you completely get your life back together and you can still achieve everything that you want to in life. And yeah, so I think I'm just gonna roll with it for a bit. I also want to say that the most amazing thing happened to me the other day in terms of my recovery. It's crazy to me that 2 years on, my body is still healing piece by piece. So with MS, when you have an attack, it attacks your myelin sheath around your nerves, can create some holes in it which interrupts the electronic signals traveling down the nerve, and they can sort of ping off in other directions or just like be blocked and not get through. So that is what happened on my left side. And some of that damage is irreparable, and my kind of recovery after my relapse has sort of plateaued for quite a while, until the other day something huge happened, which still shows me that the body is insane, it is amazing, and it still is healing. My body is still healing. If you follow my Instagram, you will know that I have recently gone crazy on the exercise. Not crazy, but I absolutely love going to the gym now, which is something pre-MS, post-MS, I never thought I would say. I'm not an active person naturally. It definitely took a while for me to get into the gym. but now I'm in the routine of it, I have noticed the hugest difference and I feel amazing. And I noticed something massive the other day when I was at the gym. So, like I was saying before I sort of dithered off somewhere else, I kind of accepted the point where I had recovered, because some damage is irreparable, and I mean, looking at me walking, it would look completely normal. So I haven't lost any mobility or anything, but it's just certain things that I can feel in my body were like a little bit different. So for example, my left leg, I have really struggled putting weight through it when I'm moving quicker than walking. So running, for example, when I got out of hospital, I was like, I can walk, I now need to run, forced myself to go running every other day during winter. Hated every second of it, often ended up crying because I just couldn't run the same way that I could, and it was actually painful to run because where I was moving quicker, I was putting all my weight through my right foot, and so my right foot, all the explosive energy was coming out of that, the bounce off. My left foot was just sort of like plodding next to it, but I never actually sprung off that leg. And it has been like that for 2 years, and I kind of accepted it. Gave up on the whole running thing, switched up my training and started doing weight training, which I recommend to everyone, and I'm going to link a study in the description bar which shows the benefits of weight training and MS. But yeah, I went to the gym the other day after work, which is another thing that I want to talk about. Just thought I'll do some light kind of cardio because I've been sat on my bum all day. Went on the treadmill and I thought maybe I'll just run for 10 minutes. And then move on to something else. Started running and I was just feeling like something had changed, something was different. I felt like I had loads of energy suddenly. I felt like I could run for longer than 10 minutes. So I was running, and then I started noticing that I could actually feel the underneath of my left foot. And I could feel it because there was pressure on it, which basically meant I was putting my weight through my left leg, which was crazy. Because I was running, you know, at a normal speed, but I was putting weight through my left leg, and for the first time in 2 years, I was using it and I was bouncing off of it. And it was amazing. It was such an emotional day. It's something that sounds so small, but I could not believe that after 2 years, completely unexpectedly, just me accepting, you know, this is how I'm going to run now, completely getting used to it. I go just on a treadmill randomly and I can run again normally. I'm putting weight through my left leg, and I ended up staying on the treadmill, ran a 5k. I don't really do a lot of cardio, so my cardiovascular fitness should be pretty low at the moment, but I could run that. And it was honestly the most amazing feeling. I got off the treadmill after that, started stretching, and then started crying in the gym. So I was like, I need to go now. Yeah, and if you follow me on my Instagram, you saw that pure emotion. I don't know, I look horrific in the videos because I don't really make any effort at work. Like, my face is my face. I was tired, I'd been crying, but I might put the videos as a little memory thing on my Instagram just because it was such a huge moment for me. But also I might not, because, you know, don't look great. But yeah, it was amazing. Amazing. So it just shows me, and should show you, that your body is insane and it will heal when it wants to heal. I've waited 2 years. I didn't even know I was waiting anymore. I thought this was just how it was going to be, but it just fixed itself. It is mind-blowing, and it genuinely makes me feel emotional now just even thinking about that moment. Like my left side has finally come back to life again, and I can use it when I'm moving quicker than walking. Crazy. Yeah, so the other thing that I want to talk about is I recently have gone back to work. I feel like this summer I have got my life back together, finally. It's taken me 2 years, but, you know, I've put back together that jigsaw of me that was picked up and shattered and pieces were missing, and I've gathered them all up again, and I am now a complete person. It's crazy. So yeah, I've started working again, and I'm loving it. It's really nice. I work in a really nice environment. And yeah, it's taken me 2 years to get there. Not 2 years, like a year and a half to get there. But that's because I'm a student. So I kind of was in the position where if I didn't work, I could get away with it. And if I did work, I would just be working at the weekends or something. And for me, I just didn't feel like I was ready to go back to work until this summer. And everything's just sort of slotted back into place. So yeah, I work for a charity. It's funny, because it's a charity, I feel, and it's quite inclusive. There was a whole section when I was applying about, you know, additional needs or something like that. So I did declare that I had MS, but no one has mentioned it to me. So I know a lot of people have asked me on my Instagram, how have you told your job that you have MS? Like, have you told them? So yeah, I did tell them, but it has never been mentioned. Saying that, I don't need any additional needs. I'm working full-time, Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. So I haven't really had to have a proper MS conversation at work. So I can't really, you know, give any advice. I think my place now on this is just to show people that, you know, it does get better. These 2 years have been a pretty big self-discovery journey. I honestly have learnt 1 million times more about myself in these 2 years than I have done in the 22 years previous where I didn't have MS. I cannot explain the feeling that I have inside of myself. I just feel so content and calm and at peace with my condition. I'm so happy that everything is getting better. I don't expect things to get any better than they are now, but when they do, for example, my leg comes back, it blows me away. And I'm still seeing these huge changes 2 years later. So for anyone going through stuff right now, 2 years down the line, I'm still seeing huge improvements in my body. The thing about this disease is it can't be controlled. It is your body against your body. And then it's your body with your body. It's like nature kind of thing. You can't see inside your brain, your spine, wherever your lesions are. You can't see if they're healing, can't see if any new ones are forming. It just happens. So as much as you might get a relapse, you will also recover in ways that you don't expect either. So yeah, I don't really know if this video has gone in any kind of direction whatsoever. I just feel like I needed to come on and make a video because it's getting pretty ridiculous. I still have a lot of videos that I need to film, like exercise resistant band workout thing. I need to film more food recipes because I love food and I love making healthy recipes, and I don't feel like I've really reached my potential on this channel yet. I just want this to be a really positive and accepting place. So yeah, I accept what's going to happen. I don't know when it is going to happen. I can't control it. So all I have is this day, and I'm going to make each and every day the best that I can for myself. And I think that that's a good way to live your life regardless if you have a disease or not. I think it's just really important. In the words of Ronan Keating, life is a roller coaster. There are ups and there are downs. You don't know what's going to happen. In the downs, you are still living your only one life, so it's up to you how you're going to choose to ride out those downs. I mean, for me, in those 6 weeks, I lost myself. You go through a lot when you have a relapse. It's not physical, it's also mental. But after, I just decided I am sick and tired of feeling like this. I'm not going to spend my life worrying about what's going to happen to me. I'm just going to go out and live my life and do everything that I can. So yeah, Thank you so much for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up if it liked you or helped you. If you want to see anything specific from me, please write it in the comments down below. Follow me on my Instagram, Izzy_MS, and I will see you in my next video, which hopefully won't be in a couple of months' time.